gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another amazing show. And today, we haven't been here in a minute.
Sheesh.
Well, I haven't been here in a minute. You were on Friday because
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
on. Jay's on all the shows, so he's fine.
Not everything. Friday and Monday.
on most shows, on a lot of the shows. So yeah, I haven't been here in a minute because last week Monday it was a public holiday, and of course it was Easter weekend, and so we were like, yo, people are probably out doing their own thing or probably still sleeping. So let's give you a little bit of a break to do what you want to do, and so we just kind of kept it easy like that. But today we got an interesting show coming up, and of course, before I get into it, how was the weekend, Jay Paris?
Yeah. First and foremost, bro, we back and better than ever, like you said, broski. Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins? And bless up to the world. The weekend was dope, bro.
Weekend was
dope.
fire.
dope.
Any football games this weekend?
Yeah.
How was it last year, bro?
Nah. Liverpool actually won 2-1.
Alright, at
2-1. So I'm good.
At least
I'm
let's
good.
go. Let's go.
Things are good, broski. Other than
Things
that,
are looking up.
yeah, things are looking up.
Things are looking up in all avenues. The stocks are looking good. If you've got some stocks in the market, you should be happy now. Things are all shooting straight up. You should be smiling. A bunch of things going on in and around the world. But today we got an interesting topic. But before I get into it, I got some dope guests with me today. Of course, somebody you know that also has a Wednesday show. I've decided to bring a part. Oh, this is basically part 2 from our last conversation we had.
Yeah.
And we're just going to steer it more to a social media point of view. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome on set somebody with me, Leandra.
Oh, snap.
Good morning. You know, it's so ironic that we're talking about this conversation because, look, I'm on Instagram trying to post this right now. And I'm getting anxiety because I'm like, yo, I didn't post about this thing yet.
I need to post because time
Yo,
is going.
the irony. But good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Shake with your boy, Xavier Hendricks, and his trusty psychic, Jay Paris.
Come on.
We're about to discuss this very important topic, one close to my heart. So stay tuned. And tell your friends about it. Share, people. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing and share. Let's check. Libby, you must just keep in touch with who's on there.
I will.
Whatever. And of course, another guest that we got today, a special guest for me. It is my very own sister. We don't have the same surnames no more because she's married now. But it's cool. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me put your hands together and welcome Evangeline Adams.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yo, what's happening?
Damn, Vanjie always comes through with the dope hairdos and
Hey,
everything.
you know what I'm saying?
always
There's just
fat,
some
always
very
keeping it lit.
fortunate people in the world that can literally
Just
rock
pull off
any
any
hairstyle.
vibe, bro.
And that's her, like, ever since I know her, which is like, well, she knew me a few months before I knew her.
Ever since I knew her, which is like forever.
She's always like come through with these. You know, she had spikes once.
Yo.
Did you remember the mullet?
I don't even remember
The
that.
mullet. Purple spikes, and the rest of the hair was like long. And she always pulls off like amazing
style.
hairstyles. But look at that.
We don't post those photos.
It's like, yeah,
TBT.
It's not social media.
we have to find those pictures from way back when
Yo.
it's gonna be like, yeah,
Hey.
blackmail pictures.
No, really,
You
honestly.
better do that so you
Doesn't
outside post
make
this
it to the
picture. It doesn't make it all the way to the gram. But ladies and gentlemen, we got an interesting conversation coming up today. And Leandra and I were speaking about today's topic last week. And it was like a weird thing that I was speaking about because I was telling her, I remember the first time I got social media, right? It was before Mixit, bro. It was this thing called Mig33,
Yeah?
right? Yeah, bro,
Okay,
Mig33.
before my time.
Yeah, I
Glad you
remember.
remember Mig33, bro.
Didn't Mix 33 pull
It was
up
more or
with
less the
Mix
same
It?
time as
Yeah.
Mixit, yeah. It was
But people
It was a little bit before, but it overlapped a little bit with Mixit.
came and like,
And then Mixit
Kicked
just
it
like,
out of the
kicked it out
game.
of the game. Then BlackBerry came and kicked Mixit out the game with BBM. But that was way after. But I'm talking about like when I was in primary school, right? I was telling Leandra the story. I was in primary school. This is like, I'm talking like probably like 2000, bro, or before. Yeah, this is like 1999, bro.
Sure. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, bruh. In 1999, I was finishing primary school. Yeah, man, I'm revealing my age, and I don't look that old. A lot of people think I'm still a young'un, but yeah, it's because
Hey.
Hey, still jeans.
Come on now.
But yeah, man. So I was sitting in class the one day. We were in Afrikaans class, and this one teacher walked out of class and he answered his phone. I never forget. I asked my friend, "Yo, bro, how did he know his phone was ringing?" And he said, "Bro, I think the phone vibrates." I'm like, bro, what do you mean the phone vibrates? He was like, bro, you can feel it in his pocket. That's how, because I'm wondering. Last time I was going outside, he's answering his phone. That was like, I think it was a Nokia 8310 or something like that, right? Those small Nokias, right?
Aye.
And so he went out, he answered the phone. I remember asking my brother, how does man know his phone is ringing? Because nobody heard the phone ringing. He's like, nah, bro, it vibrates. I'm like, are you lying, bro? How the phone vibrate? Then I had a Nokia 6110, a purple one. So then they said, nah, bro, you can get the vibrating battery. On the way, right, like, you can get the vibrating battery. You clip it on in the back.
How old are you?
JC's just sitting here like,
Jason's
what the
like,
heck?
"Oh, do you remember those days?" Clay will remember, bro. Clay's not that much younger than me. But then you could clip on a vibrating battery, right?
Sure,
And
sure,
then it could make your phone vibrate. After that, like, after that, I got a Nokia 6210i, a long one. You could put your name on the bottom. And you could clip off this face and change the cover. Bruh, at that time, bruh, if you had dope covers on your phone,
Yeah,
you were like, it was like the vibe,
Those
bruh.
I remember those ones.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah, I
If you could
remember
clip off
those
your
ones.
cover. So then my father used to get these contracts where they used to renew the contracts. Né? And then every time they renew the contract, he used to get new phones. Benji would remember this. So then we got this 8210i. I think it was 8210. Those small
JC
ones.
clearly has that battery in his phone
Yeah,
that
because it's
vibrates
busy
because
vibrating, yeah. It was a small Nokia like this, né? And you could also clip off the cover. It used to come in red. You could clip off the red.
I remember
had a
those.
red one, a blue cover, and a green cover. You had a Sony
Cheese Boys.
Ericsson.
Cheese
Leandra.
Boys, yes, I remember
I
that.
remember
The
that.
white one.
Motorola.
Which
The
Motorola?
Motorola, the small one that could change. Then, like, we would swap. You'd have the green cover the one day.
You could
I'd
clip
have
off the
red
face.
Cover.
Sure.
Yeah, and then we would swap covers every
Yeah.
week. It's your turn. It's
It was,
my turn.
you know what? It back in the day. Remember, sticker collection was a thing, and
When
then people
that
also
sticker
used
changes
to.
makes lights behind the phone.
Yeah. So then we used to at school also. JC doesn't know what the heck is
Jason's
going
like,
on
yeah, now
but,
I'm lost.
But it is, and then you used to do that like at school.
exchange,
You used to
yeah.
exchange stickers, but then like when that sticker came out, that's what I was gonna say. The flashing one. Yo, it was a thing.
When your phone rings,
And-
bro, the lights flash.
And then people started changing, like exchanging those covers. Like
Yeah.
you said, you and Xavier did. That's what people did at my school used to do.
Big facts, because it's like, now we can like change, switch up the steez, you know. So then that happened. So then I think I was in, this is like 2000, 2001 around there. Then Sony Ericsson started coming out with those polyphonic ringtones.
Yes.
And
Sony
those,
Ericsson music.
that was, then the screen started being blue. Remember, it first used to be green, like
Yeah.
yellowish green. Then the screen started being blue.
Yeah.
After the blue, then they started making like, the images started getting like different pixels where you could actually,
Yes.
you could send each
See
other
colors.
like, what?
MMS.
MMSs,
Yeah.
ne?
Yeah.
And you could send each other like animated screensavers,
Yeah.
bruh,
Yo.
where the things move. And you used to have those like Pac-Man mannequin that, remember that? And so then it upgraded from there. We used to have, bruh, do you remember free for alls used to give out at school?
Yeah.
Yes, I
And then they
remember
give
those.
you the free code for the new
Like,
ringtone.
yeah, for
Yeah.
the ringtones,
Yeah,
bruh.
I
And
remember
then
those.
And then
Yo,
they started making those
This
things
is a
5
major
rand.
throwback on a Monday, guys.
this is like a hella throwback.
3 for all 5 rand.
It was free before it
And
was
then,
5
yeah.
So, bruh, before you came on the scene, it used to be free.
No,
Y'all done
no,
messed
no,
it
no,
up.
it was free. It was free, but I'm just saying.
Y'all done
Got
messed
to a
it up.
point where you had to pay. It's like I also didn't understand paying for civies.
For-
I gotta pay to wear my clothes.
Major facts. But but bruh, so then it moved from that to then you could download ringtones. So I never forget my one friend Elroy. Big shout out to the homie. We were coming out of school. I was at Sir John. We were walking across, because you know when you come out of the school, you walk across that road and then you wait on there on the island for your people. Ne? So we were standing, we were talking there. He's like, yo, bro, my uncle has this phone where you can play real music. I was like, alright, bro, you lying. Real music. He was like, yeah, bro, because that time it was and you could download like, that time it was Eminem, 50 Cent.
The Beyonce.
I take you to the candy shop. I knew that one was like the. Everybody had that one. Candy shop, yo. Everyone had
Bruh, it
that
was like a
one.
thing.
Yeah, that.
It's so crazy right now.
Yeah,
So
bro. So that was the ringtone back in the days, right? Like, so we could.
And you bought a ringtone when you phone somebody that song plays.
Personalized.
Instead of the
Yeah, it became personalized to each
Oh,
person.
you could personalize the
Look at
ringtone.
Ansley.
Ansley's looking at us
Like,
like,
what the heck,
nah, what are you talking about?
Guys, you must remember Ansley is a millennium baby.
Blackberry.
Hey,
He was born and we were done with school.
in fact, he's not a millennial because he's the new millennium babies. He's a 2000. So he's looking at us like, what are you talking about?
You start on a BlackBerry, bro. Not even iPhone.
Yo.
So then it went from that to I'm taking you guys somewhere. Stick with us. We going down memory lane here
Yo.
with the folks back at the house, right? And so then we started going from that vibe to where you could. Then a friend of mine told me, he said, okay, bro, you can download actual songs. So when the phone rings, it plays a song. We were like, yo, aye, bro. Because that time it was polyphonic ringtones, right?
Yeah.
So it sounded like the song, but it wasn't the actual song. It was like the melody with like a drum beat or something. So then it moved from there to MMSs, right? So I'll never forget, I had a Sony Ericsson with a color screen, bro. Then, bro, if you have a phone with a color
Yeah,
screen,
no, you
bro, you
you
the
is.
boss, bro.
Yeah.
You the boss. Nah, bro, y'all are still coming here with your blue screens and
Is
what?
this before the Nokia Engage was like a big thing? Was it the Engage?
It was, yeah.
It was before,
before
that.
that.
It was Sony Ericsson came out with a small like phone. This was
Yeah.
before touchscreen everything, bro.
Yeah.
And then if you had a color screen, bro, you were legit, bro. You could download proper pictures. Bro, at that time you had a 512 memory card in your phone. Bro, 512 memory card. Megabyte,
512
bro.
megabyte.
512 megabyte, you were a boss, bro. Worry, bro, you could download 3 MP3s. You can have a 512 megabyte. Worry, I have a 512. You still have a what, a 315 or something.
And it wasn't Bluetooth, it was infrared.
It was infrared, bro. Big fact.
You put phone
You have to
against
put a phone like this in front of each other, bro, and you send something to each other.
Yo.
Infrared, bro.
Major.
I want that
That I
song.
know.
Like
Yeah.
the first
That I
beat
know.
the song.
Yeah, come and
Wait,
send you
Jess,
this song, Shaq.
what's Jesse coming to say here?
Come here to the mic.
Ansley asks, what's that? Is it shade?
Infrared, bro. Remember that phone? It had like a rating, like a
Yeah,
TV remote, so in
Yes,
front.
And then you
yes.
must
Then
put
you had to
photo
put the other phone in front of it.
Yo.
Then it's like a Bluetooth. It was before Bluetooth, bro. That was like the Bluetooth of the day.
Yeah.
But you had to keep the phones in front of each other, right? So from there, it moved to to color screen. Then you could start sending each other pictures and stuff like that. From there, then it came, before Facebook was what?
MySpace.
MySpace.
Yeah.
Then it was MySpace, bro.
Cho.
I remember I started a MySpace account. And I was like, isn't nobody here?
Yeah.
So I got onto the MySpace train when it was like at the station or ready to stop. It was like, everyone get off with that. And then MySpace ended.
Yeah.
Then Napster started.
Yeah.
Remember Napster, bro, where you could download songs
Yeah.
online and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Then Napster started. Ansley, Napster is before iTunes, bro, where you could download free songs. That's where iTunes originated from Napster.
Where, in which era was the SMS Ulav to 350?
I think it's so on as long as you have
That's
ETV.
being facts.
If you have ETV, you can still SMS I would love to.
Even, but there was also the ringtone one.
Yeah, the
Remember the
ringtone,
personalized
yes.
ringtone
If
ones
you
that you
send
could
love or
Yeah.
music and
to
then-
whatever.
yeah.
It was almost like the free for all. It was
It was
similar
like
to that.
Yeah. But they started charging, so nobody used that one. Everyone wanted the free for all
yeah.
one. So then, move from there, we could start sending each other pictures. MySpace wasn't a vibe anymore. Mark Zuckerberg came, flipped the whole world on its head, and said, "Alright, Here's Facebook.
Was Facebook before Tumblr? Because I remember having a Tumblr account.
I think
I think
Because-
it was same time,
I think
wasn't
it was more or less the same
It was.
time.
But there was
Yeah.
just some that stuck to Facebook,
yeah.
and then the
I
younger
was the
age
Tumblr.
group was the
I opened a
Tumblr.
Facebook account when I was in grade 11, I think.
Oh,
When we
okay.
went to computer
I
class.
was grade 8. Yeah, Mrs. Myberg.
Yeah.
Just, I
yeah.
can't
She
even
opened
remember
our-
the teacher.
She opened our Facebook account.
So we went to computer class. So this was in grade 8 I was, that's 2004.
Damn.
So I opened the Facebook account. So then opened the Facebook
And I,
account.
bro, I had no clue what writing on people's walls, bro. I had no. Yeah, not for real. It's
It's
like,
okay,
yo,
my mother told me not to write on walls. I'm not
Yeah.
about to do that.
Did you write on my wall? Remember
Wait, I
that?
want to get your house.
Write
Yeah.
on my wall.
Yeah.
Then Facebook started. Then social media started.
It kicked off.
I think the writing on the wall is where
Is where
it
things
like
happen.
really started now. Like, yo, you gotta write on my wall, and you felt,
You felt like someone wrote on your
yeah,
wall.
and you felt dope about it.
Then Facebook started, right? And then what started happening, they brought in a system called likes. Likes and views. So you post something, and I think the science behind it was that it releases dopamine in your mind when you get a certain amount of attention. So if you get like likes on your picture, emotionally and mentally it releases this like, oh, people like my stuff. Like, what else can I post? And then you try and up the game all the time. Post a different thing, you get more likes. You post this, you get likes. And so I remember when I was on Facebook, it was when the heyday of Facebook really started picking up. We were doing the factory. So at that point, I was your boy Zakes. I opened that time you could open a
page.
public figure page, right? So I opened a public figure page. Boom, it blew up. I was having fun, post sermons on there.
But wasn't
you
it
get views.
first if you max 5,000?
If you
and then
max
they-
5,000, then
because
they
I
allow
don't
you.
think you could have just opened
Yeah,
a page
at the time,
At
yeah.
the
Yeah.
time, now you can. Everybody's a public figure. Have you seen that? Like on Instagram, you just check public figure, public
Public
figure.
fi- everyone's
Before
public
it wasn't like that. You had to reach, and I think it came with that whole release of dopamine. It's like
Yeah.
you constantly try to
You wanna
live
reach
up
that
to
5,000, yeah.
So you also just accept anybody and invite everybody.
Remember those days where you just also invite random people just to make your thing full?
Except.
Yeah,
Bruh,
no.
I remember the days I used to open my Facebook page and then it would be like friend request, friend request, friend request, like literally 300 friend requests.
Yeah.
Then I would just accept. Boom, 5,000 reached it. Then they said, now you can switch over to, like what you say, public
Yes,
figure.
yes.
Boom, that public figure page went to 8,000. And then Instagram started.
Yeah.
Right? So Mark Zuckerberg realized Instagram was kicking off. He's like, yo, before you guys take it any further, let me buy this product from them. So Mark Zuckerberg buys Instagram, and the algorithm again is all centered around likes and follows and how many
Comments.
shares and comments and how much your dopamine can be filled and filled and filled and filled and filled. And then people fell for the trap. I think it was a trap that we were going to fall for because it fits into it makes sense mentally for us to want more and to want more and to want more. Then people realized the more naked I get, the more likes I get. The more naked I get, the more followers I get. The more I can push the boundaries, the more clout I can build. And so then people started pushing boundaries. People started doing like weird things online. People started like really pushing the envelope to see, because now the normal things that were happening wasn't creating that, wasn't bringing in the clout. You know, a picture of yourself wasn't bringing in the clout anymore. So you had to kind of come up with, let me put a tattoo on my face, or let me, do something weird, or let me make a video of something like out of the box. Then Vine started. Then it was 15 seconds, people doing weird stuff for 15 seconds. Then from Vine, people moved over
Snapchat.
to Snapchat.
Yeah.
Then people were doing things on
Was
Snapchat.
huge.
And from Snapchat, Instagram
Instagram
kept it.
realized, oi, they're stealing our
Yeah,
people.
the 24-hour thingy.
Yeah.
Then Instagram introduced that
The
the
stories.
stories.
The stories, yeah.
Yes.
Then people jumped onto the story wagon. I might be missing some parts here. People are probably saying, now what about this, what about that?
Now we've
But
just
it's
got
cool.
what a throwback from Tolo, and everybody saying good morning, looking forward to the show.
Yeah.
So
So then that happens, right? But I think I want to focus on our first question and maybe just go around the table and you guys could throw your 5 cents in there. Is the fast pace compared to what it was, right? Because 2004, 2005, you didn't worry about posting anything online because you couldn't post anything online. You had a Nokia 5210. The phones didn't even have cameras. I remember the Motorola's that you could open like this.
Yeah.
Had a camera at the back.
V something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
V300,
Yeah.
V330, V300, those duck ones that open like that.
Yes.
Then it was the Motorola V-Razor, that flat one. Then it was the Dolce & Gabbana V-Razor.
Yeah.
Then it used to come with a camera, only one camera in the back. Those Motorolas were one of the first to come with a camera in front, inside also. And we couldn't understand why must we have a camera inside. Now you want a camera inside. So then those things started happening. And I guess the question is, and maybe everyone can just throw their 5 cents in here. Do you think that the fast pace has increased because now when you look at people with anxiety issues, people with mental health issues that have really raised, do you think that this fast-paced social media world contributes to that? Maybe let's go with Vanji first and then you can.
In the deep end. It definitely does
Yeah.
contribute because anything, just eating food, if you're not financially stable and you see someone posting at a restaurant, breakfast, lunch, supper, and you at home eating matabela,
No,
Nah,
true.
no
you
beef
eat
tomato.
with
it's
bits,
the
you know
vibe.
what I'm trying to do?
Yeah.
I see what
It's
you're saying.
proper
some
lunch.
Yes.
but
Button.
you're not going to post it.
No, you're not.
really. Unless you're also creative to make that whole vibe, to make it look like
Put some syrup
restaurant,
on
put
top
some
and
syrup
stuff.
and whatnot.
The
And
coffee
you
with
don't,
coffee with the heart.
yeah, and you don't know. Some people took those pictures last year,
Yep.
for example, but they never ended up posting it.
Yes.
And now that it's a thing, they're like, oh, remember last year we went to Cape Town and let's post.
Yeah.
You see people travel, you're thinking,
Yeah.
you're sitting at home, you're like,
Never mind that.
Looking out your window.
You
Oh,
know?
the view's
Facts.
nice today.
Yeah.
There's a new car parked in the parking
so
lot.
besides even
Enough.
the likes and
No.
comments coming through,
Yes.
already just the lifestyle aspect, somebody posting a new outfit every day and you're like, oh, I have the same jeans since 2011, you know? Those,
Pressure is real, yeah.
those
You're
kind
looking,
of
how can I
things-
redo this jeans to make
Yeah.
it look
Let me
so
cut
Those
it up,
kind
let
of
me
things,
paint
I think, also adds
Yes.
a extra level of anxiety compared to the likes, comments, shares, those kind of things. It starts there because what do you post to get the likes and comments?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
But
would
I-
be my first
but-
10 cents.
But I see how people are actually, like we mentioned, how people are actually being creative with making it seem as though they're on the beach.
Yeah.
You see those
Yeah.
behind the scenes things
saw
with the
those.
sand and so forth, and you're laying, and it's like a top view, and it looks like you're on the beach.
Like
but,
the Bow Wow challenge.
but meanwhile, bro,
Remember the
back.
Bow Wow challenge?
Yeah.
So for those of you
First
don't know,
thrust.
for those of you don't know the Bow Wow challenge, what happened is Bow Wow kind of is not as popular as he used to be when he was young, right? So I think
Vanji. That was
He was
Vanji's
my
man's.
no, look,
Man's.
for those of us who come a long way with Lil Bow Wow,
Lil Bow Wow and Lil Romeo up in here. Vanji and I were like, yeah, no, I'm like, no, you know what? You can have Lil Bow Wow. I'm taking Lil Romeo, you know what I'm saying?
but now it seems as though Bow Wow's out of your system.
yeah,
Wow.
he's out of the system.
Pew, 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 pew,
Pew,
pew,
pew, pew, shots
pew.
fired. Yo, sorry, Bow Wow. But but for those of you who don't know, Bow Wow was a big deal back in the day, right? He was a big deal. He was like Justin Bieber, or he was like Chris Brown back in the day. He was a thing, and so he kind of fell off. But he's trying to kind of keep this persona or this look that. So he posted that he was in a first class plane. He posted like the Merc standing next to the plane, whatever, and he uploaded on IG. And then somebody saw him in a normal airplane and they were sitting behind him. So they like hit him with the and they took a picture of him and they were like, check Bow Wow.
Oh.
He's busy posting on IG on my way to
Shame.
Miami, my first class of my private jet and whatever. So the homie got caught.
Ish.
So then they turned it into a meme. Like
Ay, man.
they turned it into a meme, the Bow Wow challenge, right? So the Bow Wow challenge was, how can you make it look like you're on first class, even though you like you at home? So people had like a toilet seat, bruh, and instead sitting next to a toilet seat and this later selfie, then it looks like you are at airplane's window. people had like that you're saying, like laying on the thing, and then it looks like they're on the beach. People had like they
Green screens.
like green screen. Now people had like a toy car, like a toy G-Wagon.
Oh,
There,
and-
they put it there, then they put the phone there, then they like standing next to it like this. Then it looks like a real car. And then afterwards, then they walk to the car and they pick it up and it's a toy car. So the Bow Wow challenge became like a thing. And because people were trying to they were memeing the fact that you're trying to live up to this lifestyle that you obviously cannot afford. That's obviously not you. That's obviously not part of what you're supposed to be doing. And so now we're trying to live up to this world that we can't afford, right? So yeah, that was like you saying, people were trying to keep up with their vibe. Like you make a matabela pop and you put some syrup on there. You slap the butter, you make the butter hard and then you roll it so into like a ball. You start it made like it's like those fancy butters by the hotels and stuff.
Remember that one thing that happened where they were complaining because this one restaurant was selling like pap and flakes, but it was like 600 rand a plate because they started they rolled the ball up, they made it fancy.
Pancake and everything.
Yeah, but they were selling pap and
Pancake
flakes
pap,
for
pancake
600 rand like a plate.
Status.
So, Libby,
Status.
what's your take on the fast-paced kind of adding to that anxiety?
No, definitely, it's exactly like Vanji was saying. You see the fake, and this is the thing. The key word here is fakeness, because that's what it is. We post. It's not. Yes, there are people that do have the money to go out and to go and experience things, but then there's the flip side where you get like your influencers, and this became a big thing. Like influencers wasn't a thing back in our day. Our influencers was the celebrities like your Bow Wows and your these people, but now your influencers are people around you. So now you have this added pressure to, and I call it the pressure to please. More so than the pressure to perform, because a lot of the times you're not actually performing, you're just trying to please. And so now you have these influencers, and influencers are people that like it's Zakes is an influencer. Vanji, I know Vanji, she's an influencer. Now you look at your life, and Vanji and I always have this conversation where you feel pressured because you're like, I'm now at this specific age and I had all these dreams and I had all these things. But a lot of the times we think that we don't reach those dreams and those goals because of things that happen to us. But I've come to realize that it's also because of pressure. We put ourselves under unnecessary pressure. So you have this vision, right? But you're looking at somebody else and you're looking into somebody else's lane. So you're not staying in your own lane, you're looking to somebody else's lane, and you lose your vision. And that's also what causes anxiety, because you had this in mind that I'm going to do this, I'm going to pursue, and I'm going to do this. Then you see somebody else coming along and they're doing something and it looks nice to you. But you don't know that these influencers are actually getting paid to say nice things about brands. And that's another topic that we need to discuss, that it's not real. Like, I don't know how much more I can emphasize this. I've worked in marketing. So I was an editor at a magazine company, and I used to work a lot in marketing with brands and things like that. And I used to attend these, and I was telling you, I used to attend these marketing conferences. And I know the mind of the marketer, what the marketer is trying to sell. And this was their strategy, and I remember it so clearly. Before the influencer market blew up, I used to sit in these conferences, and every single time there came a time when they started speaking about, we need to start banking on influencers. It's cheaper. So you are killing yourself to live up to an expectation of a marketer that decided, we're going to use this influencer because they've got this amount of followers, and because social media is kicking off, that is our avenue. So we're no longer going to do TVCs, which is TV commercials. We're no longer going to do billboards, and we're no longer going to do the ads in the movie theaters. We put too much money in that. Influencers is cheaper. So you basically become a slave to a system that has been discussed in boardrooms, and you think that that is lifestyle. So you want to live up to, oh wow, this influencer's got this new pair of this, and obviously they're getting paid to do this.
Or they're getting those products for free.
They're getting it for free.
To
and
obviously.
If you can remember that time when when YouTube influencing just started off, people were, it wasn't really that new. It was new. It wasn't really that popular. So when these influencers started getting free things, we all wanted the free things. But then influencers started coming across this, that actually we are being exploited, because the marketers are taking that money that they would have put in, like, for instance, hundreds of thousands in a billboard or in a TVC or whatever, and we're getting nothing out of it. So it became a thing also where now you have to say if this is a paid promotion, you have to say if this is a partnership with a brand or whatever, because people started realizing, they started coming across also the fact that this is a lie, you know. You are only saying nice things about this, and you are not telling us that you are being paid.
Or product placement, like they put a Coke there
Exactly.
in the shot or whatever.
Exactly. And there's actually legislation around it where you're not allowed to do these things because it's fake stuff. It's like fraud. You frauding people out of, because people are they're getting into debt. They're spending thousands of rands to live up to an expectation, and
That's
you
not
are
even
getting
real.
everything for free. Basically, you are just, or you're getting paid to say nice things about a brand. Obviously, if I'm getting paid to say nice things, I'm going to say very, very nice things about brands. But we don't see that, so we spend hundreds and thousands
Trying
of
to keep
money
up to this.
trying to keep up to that. And I think that's what causes the anxiety, more than just the likes and the comments, like Vanjie said. And Instagram started coming. You see, the Instagram keeps changing its policy and its algorithm keeps changing. It used to be likes and comments. Now it's sharing and
shares and-
saving. And what does that do to your mind when
Now
you
you have to
constantly
keep on trying
bombarded?
to keep up with what's
You constantly
next.
have to keep up with what's next. Why am I saving some stupid thing like
That I
now-
know I'm not going to watch.
and my
I don't even know where you go watch it after saving it.
Exactly. So exactly. You press that thing on the side and you're like, yo, where's my save?
Where's that thing going?
Exactly, but it's just because we all want to live up to that expectation. Like I said to you, I think every account that you go on to now, it's either public figure or something, but everybody is something. Everybody is something, and that's the pressure that we live under. That's what causes the anxiety.
Broski, do you want to jump in there?
Yeah, bro. I think first and foremost, just hopping back from the previous conversation that we had, I think it's important, like Leandro touched on now, to stay in your lane and to know your purpose and what God has planned for you. The moment you start looking at other people's races, yes, you can draw inspiration from that. But the moment you start looking at that and feeling under pressure, that's what takes place, bro. I mean, just yesterday we saw, and I don't know the backstory, I don't know the actual story, but just yesterday we saw the fiance of AKA actually taking a life.
Yeah.
And because of mental health. And I would like to think or believe that it's
Pressure.
from the pressure of social media and so forth on. And that's the generation we're living in, bro, where, hey, bro, our youngsters are losing it. And
Sure.
we're killing ourselves slowly.
Definitely.
We're killing ourselves slowly, and I don't know what's next from here.
But did you see, there's this movie called Keeping Up with the Joneses, right? Or the Joneses or something.
With the Joneses, yeah.
But it's not the new one where they like secret spies or whatever. It's the old one. So if you want to Google it, it's the original one. Not this new one where they spies and they running around and da. Yeah, something like that, Mr. Mrs. No, there's one Keeping Up with the Joneses, but it has
The
that
one
Mr.
with Demi, when they a fake couple with
Yeah.
fake kids and
I'm talking about the first original one where they fake couple with fake kids and
Yeah.
fake product placements and all this. So the premise of the movie is that you two are marketers,
Yeah.
but you two have to sell products.
Yeah.
you move to a different area every year.
She's the daughter, I'm the son, you the mother, you the father. Now we come, now Audi gives me the new Audi TT.
Yeah.
So I must drive around there. I'm the son with the new Audi TT.
Got the latest clothes.
Yeah,
maybe.
GHD or whatever gives her the newest hair products and whatever. I don't know if
It's Dyson now, it's
GHD
Dyson.
I'm
gonna say-
Glam Palm.
Glam Palm.
Okay,
Glam
hey,
Palm.
you're giving us
Glam
people free advertising here. So anyway, the latest hair product, whatever they give her, like products, exactly like what you're saying now, the product placement. Give her this. You getting like the latest suits and whatever. You play golf and whatever. You getting the new nightclubs. You getting all this. You the
The
mother.
food products.
Yeah, you
everything.
getting the new INJs,
Yeah.
new fish fingers.
Yeah.
They stocked up there. The whole truck of fish fingers is there outside by your house. Now the neighbors is wondering, yo, there's
Yeah.
people who start the whole INJ fish fingers. And then what they were told to do is go get this movie. It will open up your whole mind. It's
Yeah.
almost like that social media thing on Netflix. It will open your mind to how marketing works. Then they must like have events at their house.
Yeah.
And then say, okay, right. No, then the mother like, oh, did you see this new fish fingers? Oh, it's better than the other product and this and this and this. Then she influences the woman.
Yeah.
Then the young ones go to Vanjie. Yeah, you see this new hair thing it does. You see what it does to my hair and my nails and this and this. Then she must influence. You influencing the Owens. You there with the golf clubs and this.
Yeah.
And they're taking the ones on test drives and stuff. But then at the end, the next door neighbor gets to this place where the Jones guy, he gets this tractor given to him, right? And the next door neighbor's like, oh, did you see he bought a new tractor and this and this? He goes and buys that tractor.
A lawnmower.
A lawnmower,
Lawnmower.
yeah, a lawnmower.
This
But it's
the
like,
one that
yeah,
you
the
sit
one that you can sit
the
in
car.
with the steering and everything. Then he goes and buys the lawnmower. At the end, him and his wife have an argument because they're like in debt, like $1 million
Heavy.
in debt or whatever.
And he loses the house.
And he loses the house, he
Everything.
come take the car, whatever. And then the ends up committing suicide.
With that very same lawnmower.
With that lawnmower,
he's in debt
yeah, he
with.
chains himself to the lawnmower and drives into the pool and he
Kills
basically
himself.
drowns himself. So, but the point is, then I think the husband or the wife says, we can't keep doing this. We must tell those people this is fake
Yeah.
because those people are trying to live up to an expectation that is not even real. Then they come out with it. They tell the company, look, yeah, man, we can't do this anymore. We have to tell people that it's fake. And that's what's happening in social media today, is that we see these people, and I always say this, we look at people like the Kardashians, or we look at people like, people that are big social media influencers. And what we don't realize is they have full camera crews that are with them the whole day. They have editors, they have marketers, they have teams doing this stuff for them.
Definitely.
And the truth is, broski, all of these things are just like highlight reels, bro. It's just highlight reels. And we don't see that, other than, let's be real, other than a lot of the stuff being fake, some things are obviously real. They do live those lavish lifestyles and so forth on. But when I say it's highlight reels, that's the only thing we obviously see. But we
You
don't,
don't see the bad times.
We don't see the bad times.
Nope.
You don't see the fight behind the door.
We don't see we see the divorce after they already divorced.
But even that, the sad part about it is that even that becomes sensational. They sensationalize these things like, oh my gosh, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West got a divorce, and people like blow that up like it's a wonderful thing.
I
Like,
saw
oh my gosh.
there's actually divorce parties now. and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the whole entanglement thing, things that used to be taboo back in the day, we turn it into a thing, and people are like, they want to be entangled now. People want to. So, like, the morale of society is degrading more and more and more.
They're making
because-
anti things cool.
Cool.
Sure, yeah. It makes me.
So it's a weird one, but I think that the lesson here is two lessons. The one lesson that you pointed out was you must stay with what you're doing here. If you are, for example, a makeup artist, then that's what you do. Or if you are whatever it is that you're an influencer in your field, then that's what you do.
But
And
I
you
wanted
focus
to
on that.
say, on top of what Lee was saying as well and everybody else, in terms of with social media living up to a standard, social media became a platform of an income. So we're all trying to make an income because nobody wants to work
Yeah,
9 to 5.
exactly.
So everybody wants this fast-paced. Problem is, I can be an influencer today, get everything, and tomorrow Lee comes up and she's the new big deal.
Exactly.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I was speaking to Anka yesterday and I was saying with makeup, for example, we buy Fenty not because Fenty is a good makeup brand. We buy it because it's Rihanna.
Exactly.
And Rihanna's not even the one that's busy
Mixing.
making it. She's the face of Fenty.
Yeah.
Then you get Kylie. Would we have bought Kylie if she wasn't attached to the Kardashians? We
Or the
wouldn't
brand,
have.
yeah.
So then we were discussing someone like Huda. Huda became famous because of her makeup.
Yeah.
But she's a has-been
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Because there was not that fame from acting, reality TV,
Yeah.
singing, those
Yeah.
kind
You
of
have to
things.
keep that
You
momentum
have to
through
keep
other
that,
things.
and
Yeah.
it's difficult if you're not famous.
Yeah, if you're not
Beside-
you're competing against the big leagues. You're not in the
Exactly.
big leagues.
So I think there's a level as well where that anxiety comes in from trying to keep up because now this is my income. This
Yeah.
is my month to month. A new person can't come up. Whether you're somebody that travels, a traveling vlog, and a new traveler comes up that everybody jumps onto.
Yes.
You lose your source of income. You lose your followers. You might still have the followers because people aren't necessarily going to go unfollow you. But you're no longer the big thing. Brands are not going to send you on holiday
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah.
Same with makeup artists. There's a new influencer every 5 minutes in terms of makeup. The other people, they lose their source of income. So no matter what you're in, we've come to a point of using social media so that we can live the lacquer life.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to go 8 to 5, or you have the ones that is working your 9 to 5, and then when they get home, they're sitting up until 2 o'clock trying to make YouTube videos because they want the extra income
Yes,
as well.
yes.
And hopefully if it grows enough,
They can
They
leave.
can
I
monetize
can
it.
leave
5.
my... So we're looking for, like, unfortunately everything needs money. But we also don't want to die not living a life.
Yes.
So that also comes with it, like, how can I make money but still experience life?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. But also, I want to throw another spanner in what you just said now. Is that life really as lavish as we're making it look on social media?
It's not because you're sitting up until 2
Now,
o'clock
that's what I was
editing
gonna.
and
Now that's what I was
The
going to say.
pressure to please.
That's what I was going to say. I myself was a YouTuber or kind of am still a YouTuber for the past 3 or 4 years, and it's not a joke, bruh.
No.
it's not. I
It's
left
not-
YouTube
it's
because
not a
of
joke,
editing.
bruh.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's
Yeah.
not a joke, bruh.
It's like you were saying now, Xavier, that these guys
hard.
you don't understand that they've got teams. No, jy sit daar until 2 o'clock
You
in the
sitting
morning.
and editing the whole
You must come up
your
with
lap
the
hot here
content.
where the laptop is burning your legs.
That's 100% true. And you know what the thing is, if and we've got this unrealistic expectation, and we don't even like look at the context. If you think a few years ago, like when your Logan Pauls and stuff were coming up, it was because YouTubers weren't a thing. Being a YouTuber
They
was
were
not
on the
a thing.
forefront of those
They
things.
were on the forefront
They
of
made
those
their
things.
money.
That's the reason why. And remember, YouTube even changed its monetization policies.
Because of those guys.
Now you see this after years of this thing
And you
being
wanna
old,
do
and
it.
now you want to do that. The pressure again. You're not gonna reach that level. Now these guys have, okay, yes, they started off by themselves, but remember that was straight after Vines, and
And they
that
brought
was
their following from there.
exactly.
From Vines, yeah.
Now, because of that money that they made, and you think you're going to make Logan Paul's salary now with YouTube, like how he made that time when YouTube just started with monetizations and stuff like that, to buy big houses and big cars. Not even he even admitted it. You said the last time that it's not the way it used
It's
to be.
not the way it used to
you
be,
don't
yeah.
earn that kind of money anymore from YouTube. There's so many new things because the market
too
is
many.
saturated.
The market was saturated. And,
It's too
but
saturated.
that's what happened. So I was following Logan and Jake since when they switched over from Vine and they actually started. And that time the market was fresh. People were like bar for YouTube. It was the first time YouTube was monetizing and YouTube was paying handsomely to the
Yeah.
people. Once that popped off, everyone was like, yo, YouTube is paying money. Let's jump on the YouTube bandwagon. Then everyone wanted to be influencers. Everyone wanted this YouTube money. But it's almost like a pyramid scheme. The ones who started on top, the PewDiePies, the
Yeah.
Logan Pauls, those guys that really, the Ace family, those guys that started when that first
Superwoman, Lily Singh.
those guys
Yeah.
that started when this wave first
Liza
came in.
Koshy.
Liza Koshy, and they've since moved on to more
They've
traditional
moved
stuff
in Netflix
Yeah.
and daily,
and other stuff.
daily
but that's
television.
what made them famous.
Yeah.
That's what made them famous originally. Like Logan and Jake is now into boxing and sports, and they now appearing on different shows and
Yeah.
reality shows and all the stuff because they've understood. So
Yes.
when you were on top of that pyramid, you initially did make millions.
Yeah.
There was a time that those want you to show their back office. They were making big money in the beginning. Then YouTube changed the algorithm. They changed the thresholds. You have to get first so much before you can start. You have to get so many adverts. The people must watch the whole advert finish. If they don't, you only get 20 cents or whatever. So they started changing the algorithm. So by the time you jump onto the bandwagon, you're like, oh, this is a lot harder than it looks. But you've had to start that time when they started and they
Yes.
made it big like this.
Yeah.
You
And
can still,
You
You
can.
can.
if
Still,
the
but it's
right
hard.
person sees you
Yes.
and you get the proper exposure,
Exposure.
Exactly.
and then you can still be something great.
But you have to
It's
keep
just
up
you
with
have to
that
keep-
momentum.
yeah.
And that's the challenge with that life. I know from being a vlogger myself, you have to, number one, come up with content all the time. So you must think like, yeah, what can I now do today?
Yeah.
And that's what pushes you to start doing
Weird
things. Because you're like,
Clickbait.
now I must do something because I can't now just be, good morning guys, I'm sitting here by the house and this and this and this and this. It's like, what the hell, bro? You boring. Now you want to
Now
like,
you must be
"Ish,
like,
I
good
must go
morning,
do
guys. I jumped over my neighbor's wall and killed their dog. And, no, but honestly, like that's what we do now. We do that because we want people to watch us.
And
Like,
people started doing that. And before the show started, I was telling the guys about what they were doing with this doxing thing with Twitch. So Twitch is a live stream platform. People sit and play games on Twitch. So they would start doing this, like, I know where you live. Then I say, they call 911. Yo, I heard screaming and gunshots. They're at number 15, so-and-so street, and da-da-da-da. Now you're sitting and playing 9, because I know you go 9 o'clock every day. You sit and play Twitch. Now I phone 911. Next thing, while you're sitting and playing, you just like, they break the door open. Here they handcuff you. They laughing, they're watching on Twitch. Wow, look, they call this one, this and that. And they basically they lied about it. So there were people that got shot because of that. There were people who got injured, people who got locked up because of that. And the extent people were willing to go to bring in clout and to kind of like...
It's feeding a monster.
Exactly.
It's definitely feeding a monster. And this thing never doesn't... This thing is always hungry. That's the thing. Like, you have to constantly...
So personal question, I'll start with Venge. If you don't get enough attention on social media, does it bother you?
It depends what you posted. So sometimes you post for confirmation, or you post for, how do I put it? Stupid example.
Yeah.
When I did my hair, like, so I did a blowout for the first time.
Yeah.
Right? You're scared of posting. You send it to everybody. Can I post this? Does it look fine?
Yeah.
Before you post it on Instagram.
Yes.
You know, you first send to the bestie
Yes.
or the, is
Trial-
this
trial
okay?
run.
A
Yeah.
trial
Then
run.
they'll
Yeah.
tell you, not this one,
A
that
dry
one,
run.
this angle.
Yes.
kind
yes.
of a thing.
Yeah.
We all do that.
I
The
just
lighting
don't do
wasn't
that.
good here. The lighting
The
wasn't good
lighting,
here.
yeah, this one's not
Change
this
that.
angle,
Yeah.
this whatnot.
I think that's more
Anyway,
And we
like...
scrutinize. Like,
Yeah.
you actually have a mark here. Just fix
Just fix the market. Take a new photo. Your
gents
makeup
don't
is
do that.
smudged. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, but now they
You-
got the apps and stuff, blemish and all of that
Yeah,
that you
but you
can
don't want to
just...
be to that extent
Yeah.
now.
Yo,
That's
people
like
are
auto-tune,
like,
bro.
yo.
That's like...
So then you post the picture, right? You ask, does this work or not?
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to see bad remarks, right? So you get all the remarks, whatnot. Okay, everything is positive. But you get home, you have kids. Mommy,
Mommy, your hair.
Mommy, who
What
did
going
your
on with your hair? You're like,
no, baby, I
this
went to the hairdresser
this
today.
kid just
was
shot
not-
my whole...
And Scarlett literally said, you look like a boy. Wow.
This kid just threw my whole confidence in the
You
drain.
know what I'm saying?
delete,
So you get-
delete.
So there is that where you look for affirmation
Yes. Yes.
from outsiders, because let's be honest, the people around you is not going to give it to you.
So you're gonna say,
So-
yeah, it's right, it's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
even if it's like a fake, it's right, it's right. We live in yeah.
Yeah, we back.
Are we back?
Looks like we're back.
We're back at it.
We're all watching.
You see the pressure to please.
Are we back, guys?
Okay.
Is the audio right?
It's already
So
done.
I was asking the question to Jay.
Apologies, everybody.
I'm back. Let's start.
Jay, I was asking the question this, right? Sorry, guys, something switched off there on the computer. Something happened, but be back. If you don't get enough attention on social media, does it bother you?
I think, bro, and we spoke about it before. For me personally, I was on that tip about a year ago, in actual fact, where it got so crazy, bro. The first thing when you wake up, you're looking at your phone.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Jay. Jay, if he followed you and you didn't follow him back, he'd unfollow you.
Not facts.
I can't even.
Nah, but
I'm not even gonna deny it.
after a while, you know, you're following so forth on, and then after a while, IG does have these analyzer platforms and so forth on where you can see who doesn't follow me back.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, guys, can you just mute the camera and the yeah, because I think we're getting an echo. Sorry about that, Jay.
Getting an echo.
Sound.
Your love is no.
preach.
So yeah, you were saying, bro, in the beginning you did have a.
Are we nice? Okay. Yeah. I'll follow you till you follow me back. But
So in the beginning you would you were
bro,
saying it's so crazy you get up and you.
Yeah, bro, in the beginning, because I used to post every single day stories, edit the stuff, make it dope. But bro, it gets so crazy that when you're at the gym and stuff and you want to do these B-roll stuff, bro. Now I'm at the gym focusing on what I'm gonna edit afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm walking. Yeah, not facts. I'm walking up the steps like 5 times. Nah, that shot didn't come through. Let me walk back down.
Spend like
Jay is a
hours.
perfectionist. Jay's
And
like, bro, I can see that step in that way there. But bro, no one's gonna see that. It's not right. The camera moves a little bit down. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, no one's even gonna look at that.
No, honestly.
Big facts, bro. And
like
I'm
10
walking
times.
up and down the steps, bro, like 5 times, making sure that shot is dope. As soon as you walk up, it gets the pool and everything, and it just has to be dope. I got to that point, bro, and every morning I'm waking up, the first thing I'm looking at is at my phone, checking the story replies, checking the DMs, and I had to detach from that, bro. And for the past year, I had to literally get myself in that mindset where I'm not gonna make this consume me. And now, bro, it doesn't at all, because even when it comes to stories, let's be real, the first thing you look at is how much views it gets. And then you go into the other section as well to see who viewed your profile.
Sure.
All of that is there.
You can see who viewed your profile.
Now, you can't necessarily see, but you can see the amount,
The amount of people
yeah,
that it went
that-
from the story to actually go and look at your
to
profile.
check. The
So your
website clicks
insights.
and the
I
insights.
don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
You can see all of that. And you'd obviously always want to up that, bro. But now if I post something, bro, it's like...
Can I be honest with you guys, right? So before I ask Libby this question, the same question, I'm gonna agree with Jay. I was also in the beginning like, yo, how many likes, how many followers, how many views, how many this, how many that, and I was trying to like keep up with this momentum the whole time. And then I got to a place where I would lay in bed and think, I don't have anything to say today. I'm not gonna now come up with something to say, bruh. I don't have a picture.
That's how it is,
I
bro. You
didn't
think,
cut
bro.
hair. I didn't. Bruh, I'm not gonna post anything. Then you end up not posting. Then it went from like a day to a week. Then it went like 2 weeks. Then I was like, you know what, bruh. I don't know, so worry. Who then I started getting that attitude. Whoever likes it, will like it. If they don't like it, it's up to them. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And you get to that place where you like, I don't know if it comes later with age or it comes with like just this mindset of, you know what, bro, I don't care anymore.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, bro. Let the chips fall where they may. I don't worry who cares now anymore, bro. If they like it, they like it. If they watch it, they watch it. And then I got to the place where it should be, if I'm pushing something,
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
whatever I'm working on, if I have a brand, then I know I'm pushing a brand. So if I'm reaching numbers, then at least I know I'm reaching numbers for the
Yeah, that's
purpose
when it
of
matters.
of the purpose of okay, I'm gonna sell more products, or I'm selling these t-shirts that I'm selling, or this cap or whatever that I'm selling. Then I know then it becomes marketing to me. So I had this conversation with your guest from last week. We were in class together, and she's also into marketing. She said even if I wasn't in marketing, I wouldn't have social media because
Yeah.
I don't want social media.
Yeah.
It's a distraction. So then it would become a marketing tool.
Yeah.
And for that, I would say, yes, 100%. If this is and for Kim Kardashian and them, it's a marketing tool.
It's their
not
business.
to show their bums and their what. It's
Their
a
business.
marketing tool. It's an extension of marketing for
Yes.
them. And so if you're not using it for that purpose and you're just using it to see how many likes you got or how many pictures or whatever you got, then you're missing the point of it. But if you're selling a product, like I'm a preacher, and if I'm sharing this message of Jesus on my platform, then I want to know, okay, right, at least I'm reaching people. At least people are are listening to this message, at least they're getting hope, at least whatever, then it makes sense. But if it's just to see my new car, my new this, my new, we got to a point where we don't even post our house or our car or, you know, if I'm wearing a name brand, whatever. Because I'm just thinking, people are going to misinterpret this for I'm trying to flex or whatever. Let me just keep it to the positive messaging,
Yeah.
you know.
Big facts, bro.
What do you think on that one?
So, to answer your question, have I ever felt, what is it?
If you don't get enough attention,
Does it bother me?
Does it bother you?
I'm going to be straight out, no. For me, it doesn't bother me. So, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but my personality is of such that I genuinely don't care what people say. I regularly do self-inspection and check in with myself. And I've learned to do this over the years. So for me, it doesn't bother me. If I don't get attention, that's the reason why I will not buy likes. I will not buy followers. And for my job, I need that. I need a huge following. Because as an actor, that is what producers and casting directors are looking at. And so there was a point where I was questioning like the pressure of, should I do this? It will help me if I am being considered for a role.
If your vanity
Matrix is
looks
up.
fancy.
But then again, I did that self-inspection, and I had a conversation with myself, and I said, to what degree and how far must I go? Because if that's not enough anymore, okay, I've bought this amount of followers, and after that, what's next? Then what else must I do to prove myself?
But
Other
even-
than just, you know,
There's no
being
point in
myself.
because there's no real.
I was just gonna say
Interaction,
even on that.
exactly,
If I was just gonna say
exactly.
even on that point,
Yes.
your things are going to bots that are not watching.
Exactly.
So essentially,
And-
like let's say if you have out of 100%,
Yeah.
out of 100, your real followers are 20.
Yes.
The rest is the 80 is bot, and the algorithm shares it to 80 bot followers.
Yeah.
And they don't know you. They don't care about you. They're not watching your thing.
Yes.
Essentially, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Then you might as well.
So for
Not
my
do anything.
personal story is this: when I came back from Cape Town and I did Arensvlei, and so I left corporate. I got the opportunity to do Arensvlei, pursuing my passion full time, and then I came back. So my character was not a lead; it was a support, right? But people started noticing me, like, "Wow, Leandra, you did this," and and in my mind, I'm thinking, "But I've been doing this for years." But it's just not on mainstream television. Like, I've been acting basically all through high school, out of school. I've been acting. I've been doing productions. I've been writing my own plays. I've been doing it here at the factory. You know what I'm saying? And I've reached more people than with
on
Arden's
this
play.
stage, yeah.
But now, because I'm on television, and this is that I had to switch on real quick and say, a few people are coming and they're stopping you to take pictures. Some auntie cornered you in Spa, some uncle cornered you in Spa to take pictures because you're on TV, but you've been doing this, you know? So, and then I had to take a break from social media, because when I came back from Cape Town, now there's now nothing, it's Arensvlei and that's it. But what people don't understand is that, because they say, now what's next? What's next, Leandra? Like, what are you doing? And my followers didn't grow amazingly. You know, it grew little by little, whereas my other cast members they're reaching thousands a day, because they were lead characters, and they were more prominent. And so I had to make a decision real quick and say, you know what? Because then I started becoming obsessed with Twitter. Now, I'm a very opinionated person, and that was toxic for me. So I started posting everything, and I was like, when there's a political issue, I'm there, you know, I'm posting that. And that was my toxicity. It wasn't the fact that what I posted got likes, or if it didn't get any interaction, that I'd be bothered by that. But I started becoming obsessed with being the voice kind of a thing for people. So that's when I took a break in the close to the end of 2019. I think I took a 6-month break from social media. And then I had a discussion with my manager, my talent manager, and we sat down and we spoke about, like, what is the next step for me. And he says that, you know, you must be purposeful in everything that you do. So yes, they do look at social media when they're considering you for a role. You know, they check your social media to see how you're doing and how's your stuff. But you need to be true to yourself and build it up organically. That's the key point. Build it up organically and build it up to people whom you have a what is your message and who do you want to reach? Like you were saying now, I'm a preacher. That's my message. There's someone I need to reach. It's purpose driven. Don't look in somebody else's lane because your cast members are doing this and they're getting brand deals now and they're doing that. Now you also want to all of a sudden jump on that bandwagon. The thing is, I'm not a promoter. That's just who I am. I'm not a promoter. It's never been I've never written it on my vision statement. Now all of a sudden, mid-year, I see this person is getting brand deals. Now I want to do that. So I took a break. I restructured everything. We discussed it. He was like, what is your purpose? What do you want to do? This is what we discussed. This is my social media plan. But I didn't go back onto Twitter because I know what's toxic for me. It's like the devil knows your sin and he keeps bugging you with that. So I didn't get back onto Twitter. I just went to Instagram and I did Facebook. I was off Facebook for many years, actually. I left Facebook when I was still in university because also that didn't serve me. And then I started unfollowing people if you go onto my Instagram, you'll see that I don't follow a lot of people. I'm like in the hundreds or 200s. I started unfollowing people that don't serve me and that don't serve my message. And I became unapologetic about that. Also, the Instagram algorithm says that if you want followers, you need to follow. I went against the status quo. I was like, no, I don't look at myself as a celebrity, but for my own mental health, I'm going to unfollow people who are toxic and I'm going to unfollow accounts that don't serve me. I'm going to unfollow accounts that I don't interact with. Because the more people you follow and the more followers you have, the more content obviously comes up on your page, on your feed. Now you want to compete with every Dick, Tom and Harry, and so that was my solution. That's what I did. And to answer your question, no, I don't get bothered if people don't like. Even if I get like 50 likes, that's your business. It has nothing to do with me. I'm posting for a purpose, like I said to you. Everything that I post is purpose driven, and it's to deliver a specific message. And that's it.
I just want to jump on with what Lester said online, because that's also what I was saying earlier about you making a business out of it as well. Not only business-wise, like for me personally as a makeup artist, people are more intrigued with social media. So you get more gigs, if you can put it that way, the more you post. But then also I use social media to influence other people, like your everyday woman when it comes to makeup, for example. So you watch tutorials, a woman that's never worn makeup in her life before. So I want to jump on that. It's not always negative.
Yes.
I think it's you as a person, how you see yourself. If you jump on the train negatively, or are you learning?
Your purpose,
Because I also feel like when I do see people living that life, I don't look at it as, oh, I want that life right now with what I have. But I look at it as, I want to be there. So now how do I work to get there?
So it's a motivator.
It can be motivating. It can teach somebody that never knew how to dress goes on YouTube, how to style my jeans.
Yeah.
So there is also positive things that comes from it as well. It's just you as a person that's receiving all the information.
And how you approaching it and what's your...
Am I going to take this and form depression out of it because I'm not getting what that person is getting? Or am I growing myself through this? Because back in the day, we just had TV. If you had DSTV, you got to watch like certain things that made you grow more because it opens up your vision to see what else is out there in the world. Because you might be in this little corner, but now with YouTube, Instagram, all these kind of things, you opened up to so much more that you can now experience those things. Because I don't like it when somebody automatically assumes I'm colored or if I look right, and they assume you say like, where did you grow up, for example, and you say Eldorado Park, and they're like, but you dress like that. When did it become the stereotype? When did it become something that you, depending what area you're from, you have to dress a certain way? And I think YouTube and Instagram and that is good for our
just
people
opening up that
to open up the mentality of, I can be that, I can do that, and I am doing it.
Yes.
So yeah.
Fire. I think Libby, just check the comments there. Let's see what people are saying.
Yeah, so Vanji basically jumped on what Lester was saying because he says he also thinks that yes, there are bad stuff happening, but a lot of people are now tapping into it, tapping into their talents, and that's true. It's like Vanji was also saying, like makeup artists, hairstylists, barbers. It's also identifying new talents that you had. Yeah, and then there's another one from him that says they also push people's boundaries around their talents. So maybe that's what we need to look at as well. Some people, even because social media celebs, social media celebs because of tapping into their talents. Then Llewellyn says social media amplifies the superficial nature and vanity of people. It gives a false sense of validation to users by superficial friends and followers who choose to like or cancel your efforts. And that's the thing. It all boils down to one day they're your biggest fans.
And the next day you get cancelled, you lose your
There's
job.
no loyalty, guys.
Guys, we're gonna
Don't
have
be
to-
fooled.
We're going to have to
Don't
get to
be
the
fooled.
end. Jay, did you want to jump on something there before we close it up?
Nah, I think we're cool, bro. I think it comes down to the question. Remember, we always ask each other, bro, what happens if
If IG just crashes,
everything just crashes?
who are you?
Who are you?
I think that about my pictures because now you're not printing anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
If
Sorry, Jay.
if the whole
People don't
entire
have wedding albums anymore. They've got Instagram pages for their weddings.
if the whole entire Instagram place there where the hard drives are burns down,
Cho, cho, cho.
the
Who
server,
are you?
then what happens? Then what happens? What you gonna do?
What's next?
So yeah, and that's a valid question. So if I think the purpose of that question is if you are placing all your validation and your whole entire being on social media, and this is what's giving you your, if this is what's jacking up your ego and it's making you think this is who you are, then that's the wrong place to put your validation in or your
Your hope.
purpose or your hope in. And as a follower of Jesus, I would say a better place to put that in would be in Jesus and a
Definitely.
relationship with Him. I know this is not a religious show or whatever, but I think it would make better sense to go that direction than to actually go and place it in a superficial man-made thing that literally could crash. The other day, Instagram and Facebook was down.
Cho.
Yeah,
And
like
people's
30 minutes.
lives
It went
came to
off.
an
People were
end.
like, "Yo, Facebook crashed, Instagram crashed, yo!" And then like 3 minutes later, "Yo, it's back up, yo."
Damn, I haven't been on this thing so long, bro. I don't even know that
But
happened.
it also what you make out of it. If you get all that clout and all that likes and
Yeah.
all that followers, start a business, start
Do
your
Do
passion,
something with
do
it.
Do something with
so
it.
that if it crashes,
Then you still have
something
something.
sustaining
And
you.
that's what
Yeah,
Logan and them
100%.
did. They realized, hey man, let me build a brand or
Yeah.
something off this. Use that cloud for something positive. And then even if this crashes or even if I stop posting or whatever, at least I built this, like you said now, built something. Last question, closing remarks would be, would you be able to live without social media? Jay? Explain.
Now I'm just thinking, obviously, bro. So, like Vanji said, there's also positives to it, and social media does also connect you with, friends and family and so forth on. But I think you have a motive behind that question, and I think,
No. I think it's just a matter of if it all crashes now, would you be okay?
yeah, I would.
Will you?
I would.
Most definitely, I'd actually be
I
better
would.
off. So,
Venge you?
rather if you, no, I'm joking. There's some people.
I
Some
feel
people
like
love
you had a taste of it, so you will need to adjust. If you asked me, will I delete all my social media and it's still there, I'll say no. I won't be able to cope because it is my means of income. It's my means of
Yes.
life.
Of marketing
everything,
yourself, yeah.
kind
It's
of a
your
thing.
business.
And for where I want to go, I need more of it.
Yeah.
So I think if it had to crash and there's no option, I'll have to adjust.
Yeah.
But I would want it.
I won't lie, broski.
No,
I-
no,
yeah.
no.
I won't lie, bro. And this might sound spiritual, but if it had a crash, bro, I think I'd read the Bible more.
No, I get you. I agree
Yeah.
with you. We'd spend more
For me,
time.
nah,
Yeah.
for me,
Would you?
I would.
I would, I promise you.
I would.
Because there's a Bible app.
No. But listen,
Bible app's
no,
not the same as the real
I
Bible.
don't- I actually read my. I don't use the Bible app often. To be honest with you, I read my physical
real
Bible
Bible is
because
much
I
better,
just
bro.
mean in terms of you have an option to put on your cell phone, go out of Instagram and
actually
open the
go
Bible
No,
app.
but it's
Nah, but there's
difficult.
something about those pages.
Yeah, there's something
There's
about
something
that
about-
that pulls you back in. No, it's true because I do devotion. Like I have my time every night to do devotion and pray and stuff. Even though I pray throughout the day, but I make a specific time to get on my knees. That's like for me. It's not that I'm being religious. It's just that it facilitates me in.
But you're doing it now
Meditation.
already with social media. I'm saying if
No, no, no.
social media
I'm
crashes,
saying
you're just going to find something else
I'm
to
doing
take
it
that
less
time.
frequently now with
Yeah,
social
with-
media actually. So
But
I do like, for instance, there was a time when I had to go, especially during lockdown, we had to go live every single day at a certain time because of acting, right? So I had to go live on classes every single day, and it was during my prayer time. So after that, I'm like, but I missed it, so I'll pick up again tomorrow.
And then you end up not
And
doing
then you
it.
just don't do it. You just get out of the habit of it. Because straight, I'm using my phone to be on the Zoom. Straight after that, I'm
Then
on
you're on
Instagram.
Instagram or whatever.
Because now I'm trying to post about what I did.
But I'll tell you this much. My phone got damaged a few weeks ago. And since that I don't have the full functionality of my phone anymore, I find myself not spending time on my phone almost at all anymore.
Sure.
And what I'm actually end up doing is now I come home and actually think, I haven't been with the kids. Let me see what they're doing. Then I'll go and see what they're doing, play with them a little bit. Because my phone the screen keeps going away. So I'll open something and then it freezes. Then I'm like,
spiritualize
Then,
it.
yeah.
The Father has
I'll be
removed
like on
the
IG and it'll
idol.
freeze. And it'll start irritating me. I'll end up switching it off. Like, be like, leave this phone. Let me
He
go.
has destroyed the idols
Yeah.
in your life.
Leave this phone. Let me go see what the kids are doing. Let me go see. And I find myself in a place where I'm not so worried about it. And I used to be like on it all the
Obsessed,
time.
yeah.
And sometimes, and I know people got kids and things and they need lights and stuff, but sometimes I vibe with load shedding. Nah, I'm keeping it real.
Big facts.
I vibe
Because
with
it gives you
because
opportunity to
alone.
do
Next,
it.
next thing I'm playing snakes and ladders with my baby, bro.
Yeah.
We
You actually talking
Yeah.
to each other.
Yeah,
doing
that's
all of that.
true.
And when the lights go on, it's like, ah.
So I think the message of today's show, in closing, real quick, is that social media is not necessarily bad. It's more of the approach that you coming with it from. Like if you are there to make a business, to really get yourself in that
Motives.
space to
Or just genuinely
The
sharing
motives.
your everyday
or
life.
just doing whatever, but the motive, I guess, is the word. Yeah, it's like if you come in there with the proper, and also the proper mindset, mentality, emotional strength to know that, okay, I'm here for this, I'm doing this, and this is my story, and that's it. I'm not here to come and compete with others or try to live up to a certain lifestyle or whatever. This is me, this is what I do, and I think it goes back to what we said earlier. This is my lane, this is what I'm trying to achieve, and this is what I'm using this thing as a tool to make myself better, to make my life better. That's it. And yeah, I think if you're doing it for that purposes, it could be healthy. However, if you're doing it to go and keep looking what other people are doing in a negative way, not in a motivational way, in a way of competitive nature, in a negative competitive way, then you kind of like in this like, now you start
And it
falling
makes
into this
people
trap.
more offensive
Yeah.
nowadays. That's why people are so offensive.
Offensive.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of this one incident that I had where I was like, I was genuinely, I didn't mean anything like negative towards it. Some person, because I'm an actress and stuff, and then some person's like, oh, maybe I must also go and act. But this person has never had like experience or whatever. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. I was like, but I said it like without even thinking. But I said, we should all just stay in our own lane because that's better. I can't do what you do and you can't necessarily. And this person took heavy offense and everyone in the room was like, how dare you say that? But it's a matter of, but it's the truth. Like, you don't want me to go and do what you do as a pharmacist. And because
Because I
looks
don't know
fun.
anything about it.
I don't know anything about it. And I must now go study for how many years because I want to just, it's true, stay in your own lane. It sounds ugly, but it's not that ugly if you think
but it's
about
actually
it.
true. Francis, do you want to close there?
I closed
You
many
Done.
times.
It's done. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's show. There's a lot of interaction, a lot of views, and a lot of people saying what they're saying. So, guys, thank you for watching today's show. Again, keep it positive. Use it for the right reasons. Do what you need to do on it, and then don't allow it to consume you. Spend time with your family, your friends, your children, your loved ones, and all that. Don't let the phone be glued to your hand to the place where it consumes you. And yeah, I think that's from my side. And also, remember, marketers are using the fact that you want to have it on your hand all the time to their advantage, because it's marketing opportunity for them. So be smart about how you utilize your platforms. Be smart about how you spend your time. And that's it from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone on the panel today. It's been dope. See you on the next one. Love you. Bye-bye.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins, and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.